Welcome back, folks. This is Tommy, Help with Gadgets, and we've got a interesting knife to do a review of today. This is the Tristate Tristache, and this one's caused a little bit of a ripple in the community, I guess. A lot of folks do really like this knife. Others are not so enthralled with it, and I'll give you my opinion on the knife toward the end of the review. But this knife is on loan to me from FredTheLug. Really appreciate him allowing me to take a look at the knife, carry and use the knife, and review it. Do a disassembly and cleaning, which I've already done, and I really appreciate that because it allows me to take a look at knives that I otherwise might not get to look at. So really appreciate Fred doing that. All right, let's get into the measurements of this knife. This knife is about 3.5 inches on the blade length, which is, in my opinion, really good. You're looking about 8 3/4, maybe a little bit less than that for the overall length. Let's go ahead and get the scales out here and get that turned on and tear it out. And look at the weight. Weight's about 4.15 inches. 4.15 ounces, not inches. All right, 4.15 ounces. All right, let's compare it to some other knives that I may have. Let's go with the Tristate Acorn here, and we'll also look at the Tristate Porcupine. Both of those knives are a little bit smaller, and the Tristate does have that top liner lock. Let's look at a CJRB Pyrite, and also at the QSP Penguin. Both of those are still going to be a little bit smaller than the Tristache. All right, let's look at a couple of other knives here. Let's look at the Benchmade 940, which is going to be similar in length, probably actually just a little bit longer, and also the Demko Shark Cub, which is obviously going to be a little bit shorter. All right, and then a couple of more knives to take a look at. Let's do the Kaiser Militar, which is pretty close in size there, and also the Miguron Morial. Okay, so there you have it. A little bit of comparisons there. Let's go ahead and show you what the thickness looks like. Just how the thickness is. There it is with the QSP Penguin. All right, profile and pocket's going to be as you see here on the screen. There's the Benchmade 940, and there's the Shark Cub, and then we'll look at a couple of more. There it is with the Militar and the Morial. So it kind of gives you an idea. Let's look at how that knife will look in pocket. Let me grab the pants that got buried back behind me. So let me get that folded up and put here on the table so you can kind of take a look at it. Slide that in. It's not the easiest sliding in and out of pocket, at least in my opinion. You got to keep it pretty taut edge there for it to slide in on. In my opinion, these aren't very thick pants, but looks good in pocket. The nice black clip there. All right, what do we want to show next? And we'll talk about that in just a minute because I tried to deploy and missed it. So anyhow, let's see here. It does not have a lanyard hole. It does have a nice back spacer here. Really like that. And they've really done something here that's rather brave, except with the black blade, it's kind of hard to even see the knife, the blade. But you know you're doing pretty good if you're able to get a knife that centers up like that. So that's pretty cool. Jimping. There would be some jimping here on the back spacer, but that's pretty much flush. As you can see there, it doesn't provide a whole lot of traction there. There is some jimping here on the top of the blade, but it's okay. I'm not gonna fault it on that. It works. It works. So there's that. Opening methods on this knife. Front flipper works awesome. It's really dialed in, and it's really easy to front flip, and it's very snappy to do so. You can also, it has an opening hole, but for me, the opening hole is not very comfortable. I actually have to concentrate on getting my finger in the right place. It does work well when you get a good deployment, but I found that many times when I would try to deploy it, I would miss the opening hole there, not quite catch it. If it were down just a little bit further and a little bit more accessible, I think it would be awesome. As it stands now, I really like reverse flicking, and this is not. It works okay, but it's not, in my opinion, it wasn't done the best. Price on this, I think it was about around $2.99. I think it was on Blade Binge, and that's not a bad price. It's S90V on the blade steel. You've got a titanium scales here, really nicely done. I like the texturing on that. Pocket clip, it's okay. Detent, really good. No blade plane. Lockup, of course, is here, and as you can see, we'll bring that in close and watch what happens when I hit this button up here. It moves that frame lock over and allows for the blade to close. That is really cool. So you can either choose to use the button to disengage the locked blade, or you can actually put your finger down here and close it that way. So you have options on closing, which I really like. That's to me, that's well done. You can kind of see how that assembly works in my disassembly and cleaning video. So if you're interested in that, check that out. Scale material, as I mentioned, is the titanium. Very well done, in my opinion. This knife, feels good in pocket. If you're reaching your hand in to get something out, it's not going to chew your hand up. So there's that. Price I mentioned was $2.99. I mentioned opening methods. Let's talk about this. If the opening hole were in a different place, a little more accessible, I still don't think I could have this knife with this mustache. I like the blade shape. I like a lot about this knife. I don't like the mustache, and I don't like the opening hole on this knife. Oh, by the way, you can also use the button to kind of flip it open too. So you've got multiple opening methods. I didn't mention you can use your thumb as well. So there's that. Overall, this would not be a knife that I think if I were in a place where I would have a lot of funds. I don't think this would be a knife that I would have chosen to get, simply because of the reasons that I listed. However, if this is something that's interesting to you, and you can find them, please feel free to to do so, because this is just my opinion about the knife. Feels great in hand. It's very comfortable. No issues there at all. I don't feel like I would disengage that lock very easily, and it is comfortable in hand. But this would not be my preference. Although that front flipper, in my opinion, is really well done. So again, these are just my opinions. Hope you've enjoyed them, and hope you've enjoyed the review. Please hit the like button, subscribe. That's free for you to do. Actually helps me out if you do, and I would appreciate it. Also, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the knife. Hope to see y'all again soon. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks for watching.